You know, they had the Spanish flu after that, and
Yeah, yeah.
I think in our world, a lot of ways, it's kind of easy with the cell phones and that, and they don't really, what really life is. I'm trying to tell you, or what it can be, because it's not always just a playtime for a lot of changes here in the States. A lot of serious stuff happening. And I think I'm so blessed for you to get a hold of me, Nico DeCock, and the Blues Bones coming on the Magoo today, man. Thank you, my friend.
That's no problem.
And this is so improv, guys. I hit the button. I never did this before. I'm trying to figure out how to share it. First of all, you couldn't hear me for like 10 times. I kept calling back. It wouldn't work, so I plugged this thing in. And I want to play the music live on my show because we got it advertised. Well, it's not. It's playing, but we're not on. So I got at least that covered. I had to get all that good stuff because the Blues Bones and all that. And hey, when I get it together, then what we can do is we rap with the songs. That's what I love to do. We spin all your jams or a lot of them. You tell me as we play them. We get the feel for everybody, and we can re-rap and do that every time too.
Oh, okay, yeah. No
problem. That's good fun and all that. And I'll tell you what, we've been going 35 minutes. It's been great fun.
Time flies.
Yeah, I know. We're having a great time. Thank you for my friend. I tell you what, I got to get some water. Let's see how this all works out, my friend. And we'll see all this video. And I'm going to try and get this online. So if you're hearing on speaker, we're wrapping up the video right now. My man, I love it. The music. Any other good words, wisdom for Magoo here? I'm in the Milwaukee area. Oh, sports. You I imagine football. You like football, hey? Soccer.
I'm a soccer. If soccer, yeah. It's we say football to soccer, and you say football to American football. So yeah.
Well, half of my fun in life is we got season tickets to the Pack. So
okay, I'm in like over here, American football or rugby is not really a big sport. It's like here it's soccer and cycling and soccer.
Oh, I know. And when I was in Santiago with my brother visiting, the football is it's the same. They're yelling and screaming, and it's crazy. And the neat thing in Chile and Santiago, the TVs are in the bedrooms. The open area, the living room, is for dancing and music and that stuff. The TV is not the center of entertainment there. So I'm in my relatives, and they're yelling. And it was as an Americano, I'm just like, this is just rocking. This is the same thing,
Yeah, but I think I think it would be to go to a soccer match, like in Brazil or Argentina. I think it would be amazing what you see there. People are so energetic, and they're like it's like their life depends on it. If you see what happened when Diego Maradona died last week, Argentina was crying. They were like going crazy. The whole country was like, what's happening? Our God is dead. I always wanted, if you could see a soccer game in Argentina, I think you will be like, what's happening here in this stadium,
Yeah, that's like when they talk about like the Packers per se, or what Notre Dame football in college. It's you're right. All of that is in it, and it brings us all to community with sports, the international soccer, the music, all that, and because that's what we are as one big connected world today, and rocking with the jams and the Blues Bones, and man, you're going to be rocking on the charts this week, and all in the 2021, my friend. Thank you, bro. We will talk soon, okay?
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much.
All right, bro. Talk to you later. Peace.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
My baby loves to boogie. She likes to step out every night. My baby loves to boogie. She likes to step out every night. When she's finished stepping, my baby likes to hold me tight. loves to wear her dancing shoes. My baby likes to boogie, she loves to wear her dancing shoes. And when my baby boogies, she dances away all of my blues. Boogie, I love the way she swings her hips. I love to watch her boogie, I love the way she swings her hips. The one thing I love better is when my baby kisses my lips.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. It is 4 p.m. Central Time. The Magoo's got another awesome interview lined up. JP Reale is on the horn, all the way, really, Capitol Hill. We might be talking a little bit here, a little DC lingo. So thank you, JP. Welcome to Magoo.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you are a veteran of the D.C. as in Washington, D.C. music scene, and you have an awesome CD that you put together with your buddies, the Highway Cruise. And again, thank you, Betsy Brown and Blind Raccoon, bringing you on the show today. Very cool, interesting CD that you put together with your friends. It's kind of like it goes with the title. It's kind of a little road trip on your journey of music. And tell us how that all came to be for you, my friend, JP Reale, again on the Magoo. Thank you.
Well, I have. We'll start with the title song, "A Highway Cruise."
Yeah,
I wrote that song in 1986, and it was caused by a bump in the road in a relationship with a woman. Let's just say, and I rewrote some of the lyrics. I rewrote a couple of the verses. The chorus has always been the same, and it's always about me. It was about me wanting to just get in my car and just drive away from all the problems that were in my life.
Yes.
And I thought about today's climate, the culture and political climate in America, and I am the grandson of an immigrant. That's why the album is dedicated to my grandfather, who came to this country in 1922 from Italy.
Yes.
And I rewrote some of the lyrics to say, this is not who we are. Yes, there's an immigration situation that needs dealing with in this country, but we are a nation of immigrants. And to exclude people from wanting to seek a better life in this country is, I think, un-American. And that's basically the gist of that song. And the other stuff, the other politically charged song, Blues for Casey, is I wrote it. It's a piece of fiction, but it might as well be true. I wrote it from the perspective of somebody who got a job at the White House with the Trump administration and was all excited to go in and change things and make America great again, and realized what a bunch of buffoons the country had put into office, or one buffoon. And that's kind of interesting because I usually come up with a piece of music and then fit words to it. Yeah. Those words came completely first, and that the recorded version is not the first music version that I wrote. And I changed the songs to fit a style of music that I had written songs in before, that what I like to call it the kind of Mississippi John Hurt style. Because this is my first band CD as a solo artist. I've been in other bands before. Like you said, I'm a veteran of the DC music scene and recorded with other bands, but this is the first solo JP Reality band. And that came about because I've been friends with Duke Levine for over 20 years. We met on the road working for the same artist in the mid-1990s, and we had always talked about recording together. And two of the three other guys, Kevin Barry on keyboard, on lap steel and dobro, and Tom West on piano and organ, I have known since the 1990s. And the bass player, Jim Haggerty, and drummer Mark Teixeira were our two local Boston area musicians that Duke picked for the session. So Duke and I have been actually talking about doing this for a long time, but it was 2 years ago that I saw Duke plays with Peter Wolf, and I went to see them play in Annapolis and was hanging out with them. And Kevin Barry and Tom West also play with Peter Wolf. Peter Wolf's band is the Midnight Travelers. And we talked about getting together and recording, and they kept saying, hey, when are you going to come to Boston to record? We should do something. So that's when the process started, and that was, I guess, the summer of 2017. It literally took us a year and a half to get together between Duke's schedule and my schedule, and I had a bunch of songs already written, and I just emailed audio files back and forth to Duke, and we worked on the songs. And then I went up in January of this year and spent a week in Boston recording and mixing and doing what we did. And it was all recorded live. There are, I think, 2 overdubs on all the 5 songs. One was a tambourine on a highway cruise, and the other one was also on a highway cruise. Jim wanted to overdub a bass line somewhere, but we set up in this great studio that Duke knows, Middleville Studios. His friend Chris Rival, who I've also known for 20-something years, has a great room just north of Boston. And we sat down and we played live. And in fact, the version of the song, The Ballad of a Burglar, that made the final cut was actually the rehearsal take. It was so good that we said, man.
That is Johnny Be Good. You know, that's got it all Chuck Berry going. The minute you hear that, right off the bat, sir. And by the way, congratulations. Yeah, go ahead. Congratulations on your CD release party you had just last Friday, too.
Yes, thank you. It was very successful. A lot of people came, sold a bunch of CDs. So actually sold a bunch of physical CDs at the gig, but sold a bunch online as well. But that's actually The Ballad of a Burglar is another example of the songwriting process that I went through. That once again, I've been at this for a long time now, about 35 years. In fact, this summer is 40 years ago. This summer, I started taking formal guitar lessons, even though I was screwing around with the guitar a little bit before I actually had a real lesson. So kind of celebrating that anniversary too. But I decided that all the songs I always write are autobiographical and are about something that has happened to me. So I decided to try to just sit down and write some fiction, something that is completely untrue. And I wrote those words because my wife doesn't make me go rob the store to get her food. And I actually started that one out in more of a Delta blues tradition, kind of like a Son House or like the Walkin' Blues classic 12-bar thing. And then I started messing around with it and went, this would actually translate to that Chuck Berry roots rock, which I love because my parents met in college in the mid-1950s, and my mom had all those 45s from Sun Studio and Chess